Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and this time around you're going to be guessing by the title. I'm doing another The Truth, and I've decided I think I might actually make this a series, and this one is another subject I'm more than happy to be doing. It's Bernie Ecclestone. Now in the last one we done the F1 2015 announcement and that thing went nuts. I literally just expected maybe, because my channel has been going through that phase where nobody seems to be interested in getting like the content and the game, I thought maybe, it'll get 50 views. It's on like 20 plus likes and then 100 and something views, just like within just a matter of time. Just for some reason it's been going bang and I'm seemingly going back to normal, and I've gained 10 subscribers from it, which for me personally is like, I think that's got to be at least around 2%, no, 2%, if think about that. That's about 2.5% growth in subscribers, which is quite a lot really when you think about it. And yeah, I've decided to make another one of these, and this is Bernie Ecclestone, because I was watching the coverage of F1. I chose BBC over Sky because Sky are biased Lewis Hamilton. In fact, that could be the next one. In fact, before we start this, I'd like you guys in the comments below to put down the subjects you'd like me to talk about, because I love doing these sort of things. I like venting my anger because people are so clearly agreeing with me, and some people disagree. I mean, 22 people have liked it, and that means they agree with my point. So this one we're doing Bernie Ecclestone. And the thing that annoyed me about Bernie Ecclestone was at the tail end of last season, Caterham and Marussia, two, they weren't successful, but they were loved teams. Everyone loved them with the Jules Bianchi incidents that were going on, and Max Chilton, British, we all obviously might have been a paid driver, we liked him. Kamui Kobayashi will always be down as a great driver for his amazing work he's done at Sauber, and Marcus Ericsson, who's now in Formula 1 now, obviously the way he had his things with Caterham is questionable, but that's how things are. And everyone was backing them, and everyone wanted them. Everyone wanted Marussia to be in the sport, because the more teams, the better. The better the sport can grow, the better things we can adjust and do, and it just makes the sport go further along. And more cars on the grid, in my opinion, the more exciting the races can be. And Bernie Ecclestone, when asked about manner and all that, he said this: we should have chopped them off when we found out that they were insolvent. If you don't know what that means, obviously that means they were in a little bit of trouble. Now, this was the answer to them in their Australia display. He called their display at Australia disgusting and said they should be axed off from Formula 1. Bernie Ecclestone is just an utter knob. You can't say that. You can't just go and say, you know what, you have worked extremely hard, you have got the backing of the fans, you have done amazingly well. You know what, we should have got rid of you when we had the chance. If this was said, this is just like an example. Say back in the days when there was the equal rights in humans, the whole slave trade thing, and say now this day and age when things were coming through and Barack Obama coming to power, say somebody said we should have axed off your kind, but when we had the chance, that isn't acceptable to say. And that's a long shot in what I'm saying here, but Bernie Ecclestone has just gone and basically said, all your hard work and I don't even care. Bernie Ecclestone needs to let someone else do the job of pretty much running F1, because he is a complete and utter dick. He's a massive, massive dick. You can't just go up and do that, because everyone loves Marussia, and everyone cares about Marussia or Manor, depending on what you want to call, because I'm looking at different coverages, and one calls it Marussia Ferrari, another calls it Marussia Manor. It's so confusing. Just give it a bloody name. I mean, their racing suits say Manor, the website say Manor. It's just so stupid. But Bernie Ecclestone has basically said, because they're struggling for funds, they shouldn't be in this sport. They've earned their way onto that track, and I don't care if they finish last every time. Every time they cross that finish line is an achievement, because you've got to look at what they've achieved. They finished the race, McLaren didn't at Malaysia. Just saying, that is a massive achievement. McLaren, a massive team, legendary history, Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button, and Merhi, I have to learn pronunciation soon, but Merhi, however you want to pronounce it, he finished the race compared to others around him, which is an incredible achievement. And that is just showing how far they've come from last time out they were in liquidation to actually being able to make it onto the grid. It's just a fairy tale story. It's like, for example, say a low conference football team, let's just name one, Wrexham. They make their way to the Premier League and they win they get into the Champions League and have a great Champions League run and play Real Madrid. It's a fairy tale story. Nobody's going to hate on Wrexham, are they? Who's going to hate on Wrexham? They've done an amazing job to get where they are, and everyone's going to back them because it's just an amazing achievement what they've done. Bernie Ecclestone is a hater, and he's just... You know what, I could make silly jokes like his face looks like an 80-year-old man's scrotum. I could make, I have just made that joke. He is a stupid man, and I don't care if he has anything wrong with him, because I don't care. You can't make them sort of comments and not expect to get a backlash. You cannot go around telling people all this stuff. And they said they went to Melbourne not the intention to run. They couldn't run. They never had anything which they could let them run. He's basically saying they've showed up just because they wanted to steal the show at Melbourne, when really they got there and things went wrong for them, and that's fair enough, but they want to achieve something. And you know, Bernie Ecclestone needs to really, in my opinion, grow up and just step down. It's been here for a while. You know, first of all, you get rid of the German Grand Prix. Congratulations, Mr. Ecclestone. I mean, everyone, nobody anyone here like the German Grand Prix? Because I personally don't think that the Nürburgring has got some great history behind it and is one of the greatest racetracks in the world. And Hockenheim is one of the most fast-paced tracks and really entertaining overtakes and straights on the grid. Yeah, nobody, no one there. Yeah, and then Mr. Ecclestone, being the wise old fox that he is, has decided, you know what, Monza. Who likes Monza? Monza ain't got no history, has it? Nah, let's get rid of that. He's going to just flick it like a bogey on his finger, just flicking it away. And you know what? Next up, probably Silverstone, maybe Spa. And we're going to be left with tracks like Abu Dhabi and Bahrain, which is all about money. We're going to probably get a Qatar Grand Prix, you know, bit of money in there. Let's think of some other really mega rich places off the top. Saudi Arabia, we can say Abu Dhabi in a way, yeah. We should just anywhere. He doesn't care though, does he? He likes the money, and F1's all about money. But F1 is also about the passion of the fans who sit and wait up. Ready? Wake up stupid times in the morning. Australian fans are probably the most passionate bunch of them all, because apart from the times they're in Asia, they have to wake up at silly o'clock and stay up till late. And when the Australian Grand Prix is on, we have to wake up at 5-6 o'clock in the morning to watch it. That's passion, that's it. And people pay money to go and watch these Grand Prix just so Mr. Ecclestone can take the mick out of the teams that people love and care about, and drivers who we're passionate about. I mean, Will Stevens has got such a big fan base now because of the fact that he's racing it. When he was at Caterham for the last race in Abu Dhabi, everyone backed him and everyone wanted him to do well. And when he had that drag race with, I think it was a Ferrari, everyone was over the moon about it and excited for him. But Mr. Ecclestone seems to think that the only people that like F1 are people that work in the top areas of the world. Just like Wall Street. He just thinks, you know what, people like F1, they must at least have, I don't know, a minimum wage of £1.6 billion, because God knows anyone who doesn't like F1 could, I don't know, watch it on TV and like the sport. Whoa, Bernie, we're getting a bit nutty now, aren't we? He just doesn't understand how the sport works, and he doesn't understand how life works, I don't think. And if I'm honest, you know, I think someone else should be given a job, the role of running Formula 1. Somebody who I think has got passion for the sport. I'm trying to think of someone off my head who might be a good replacement who has money. I can't think of one. I dare say if I had some time to think about it, I dare say there'd probably be candidates. But you know, you don't want somebody who is running the sport just because of money. Or I don't think he cares about the sport. I just think he cares about his own image, and I think he cares about raking in the money from top teams. And the fact that Red Bull are deciding to pull out, I don't blame them. When you've got Bernie Ecclestone just leaning down your neck, if you ain't got some money or if things aren't going your way, obviously Red Bull have their own issues, of course, about the fact they probably have throwing their toys at the pram at the moment. But you know, Bernie, I think, needs to take a good long look in the mirror, and it might shatter and it might break. But he's an old man at the end of the day, and he's in his old ways. But I think it's his time to step down. Sepp Blatter is one of the most hated men in football, and sooner or later Bernie Ecclestone continues considering to axe off these tracks and bring tracks like, I don't know, Mexico and Sochi, because Mexico has got a rich pedigree in motorsport. But I mean, you take away, you know what, this is the creme de la creme for me. This is when things go really, really sour for Mr. Ecclestone. When he takes away the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, the day that the Brazilian Grand Prix goes, I think the day that the sport goes, and I have got a sneaky suspicion that sooner or later that they will not have the funds over in Brazil to fund the race, and Bernie will go, money, well, let's just stick a stupid track on the calendar where they've got oil-rich money growing in the loins of the streets. Just like, it's just dripping down. Who needs water? Who needs supplies and toilet facilities? Nah, we got oil, mate. It's coming from left, right, and centre. Because Mr. Ecclestone has one thing on his mind. He has got glasses that have dollar signs in them and slitty lines and like cheap jewels and stuff. And he, you know, I think one thing is very important to note. There are people in this sport who understand and want it to succeed because they're passionate about it. I'm going to name one, David Coulthard, you know, BBC presenter, who I think is passionate about the sport, and another, and I think if he actually was running, I think he would have everything in his best interest. And then you have the other scale, which is, oh blimey, there's a low plane, you might be able to hear that. Then you've got the other side of the spectrum where you've got Eddie Jordan, who is biased as well towards Hamilton, but he's a little bit crazy and a bit eccentric and has got stupid amounts of money, and sometimes I don't think he understands what he's even saying himself, because recently Eddie Jordan's gone from good pundit to a bloke who just points out the obvious. Oh, Hamilton went fast round the track. Well, congratulations, Eddie. He did go pole. But yeah, this is the bottom line for me. Bernie Ecclestone, I think he needs to step down as soon as possible, and I think we need to find somebody who knows how the sport needs to be run. Another maybe Britishman, or maybe even, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind having a Brazilian owner of Formula 1 or a Brazilian runner of Formula 1 who can run the sport correctly. So guys, down below I'd love you to leave your opinions on your personal opinions on Bernie Ecclestone. Do you think he's a stupid man, or do you think he's wise in getting rid of the German Grand Prix because he hasn't got a following there, which obviously it has got a massive following because it sells out. I mean, Nürburgring is popular, but Hockenheim's a little bit in the middle of nowhere, and yet for some reason you're talking about getting rid of tracks in the middle of nowhere. You decide, you know what, a legitimate tactic, let's stick one in Austria, where is nothing near. It's just so stupid. Guys, down below please leave your opinions, leave a like if you've enjoyed, and tell me what you'd like my next subject to be. I'm thinking maybe Sky F1 or David Croft would be a really fun one. Oh no, I've got it. Guys, next time out I will be doing, I don't know when, maybe do this on Wednesday or Tuesday depending how well this goes down. Try and make these as quickly as possible. We're going to be doing Lewis Hamilton fans. Yeah, we're going to be doing Lewis Hamilton fans, the truth. I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, but I am not the sort of person that goes on Twitter and says hashtag Nico Rosberg is a see you next Tuesday because he had a little incident with Hamilton. Guys, leave a like down below, subscribe for more. I'm rambling too much. If you have enjoyed, then subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.